Okay, regarding Foreign Investment Promotion Board. Now, why this FIPB is in news? Because in the Union Budget in 2017-18, it was announced that in this year it will be abolished. In this year, as time progresses, FIB will be abolished in this year, in this financial year. Now, for you, since this have been mentioned in the news, and one more thing, clarity has been given is our finance minister told that within few months, that is in 2 or 3 months, it will give you a proper clarity how it will be abolished and who will take over its functions. Okay, so what you can expect is there will be lot of articles related with FIB will come, and because of that, it is important for your prelims, it is important for your mains, and those who are giving interview, it is important for your interview also. Now, again, like last class, we will see that from FIB point of view, from prelims angle, what all information is important for you, from mains what is important, and other thing for interview, what stand you need to take. Before that, you need to have a background about this FIPB, Foreign Investment Promotion Board. The term, see, in economics, it's very simple here. Everything is explained in the term itself. It's explained there. What is that? Foreign investment. So it is talking about foreign investment, and it's saying that it's a board. It's a board for what purpose? For promoting. So promoting. So basic aim is foreign investment promotion board. Now here, you need to understand that we'll discuss regarding foreign investment, we'll discuss external sector. It is your 8th module. Foreign investment is your 8th module. So we'll discuss in detail different types of foreign investment, then different routes of foreign investment. So we'll deal that one separately in external sector. But try to, for your time being, to understand this topic clearly. The foreign investment mentioning here, in relation to FIBB is FDI. Is FDI, Foreign Direct Investment. We'll discuss what is that. So the main aim of this board is to promote foreign direct investment in India. Now regarding foreign direct investment, try to understand that foreign direct investment means it's a direct investment by a multinational company or a foreign investor where in which that he will have a greater stake in relation to bringing up that company, unlike the other foreign investments which we'll be discussing later. But just for timing, understand that one is foreign direct investment, other is foreign portfolio investment. For you, foreign portfolio investment is not important. Try to understand they are for short term in nature, their investment is short term in nature. They basically buy shares of a company, small shares through stock market. So we'll discuss in detail. So when it comes to for FDI, their investment is for a longer term. They are investing in India for a longer term, and they will be for, if you see that Vodafone is a foreign direct investment. Now they are here to stay long here. So if you see, there are so many foreign direct investment have come here for multinational companies directly investing in India and having a greater control. When they will have a greater control? When the ownership or the share is more than 50%. So there are a lot of in different sectors, whether it is aviation and all these things, that foreign direct investment is coming. Now keep this in mind. In relation to foreign direct investment, this government have a policy. Unlike the earlier government, they have liberalized FDI policy in such a manner that if you see the last year, that's a very interesting thing regarding India. In the last year, the facts say that, okay, when the global economy, when FDI fell by 5%, the global economy when FDI fell by 5%, fell means there is negative growth. So FDI coming to take into the global economy when the globe to the entire other countries when the global FDI was slow. In India, the data of the first two quarter, that is the first half of, see now to understand, we have data of the first 2 quarters of 2016, or if you not first 2 quarter, first 2 quarter of the financial year. First 2 quarter of the financial year 2016-17. Now if you look into the first 2 quarters of, or we can say that first half of 2016-17 data, compared to the previous year, it has grown by 35%. That is tremendous growth. How this is possible? When compared to the first 6 months of the last year and the previous year, the growth is 35%. When the global FDI inflow is less by 5%. And basic reason is in the last 2 years, the government have radicalized FDI, radical liberal policies have been initiated by the government in relation to FDI. So that's the reason why we have got lot of, and in 2016 we became the largest recipient of foreign direct investment. Okay. Now while doing so, the finance minister in the budget itself I clearly mentioned that okay, we want more reforms in the FDI sector. Now try to understand that when the foreign direct investment comes to India, there are two routes. There are two routes in which foreign direct investment can comes to India. Okay, one is through automatic route. See, we have not gone to FIPB to understand the importance or its function. We need to understand these concepts: automatic and approval route. So FDI can comes to India through this route, automatic route and approval route. Automatic route means, as the word suggests, it's very simple. FDI can comes to India automatically. So no role for the government. Means if the government have approved that this sector, for example, take the sector of civil aviation. Okay, if in civil aviation, if the government have put the civil aviation sector under automatic route, what will happen? You can easily bring foreign investment to civil aviation sector. There will be no hurdle for them. They can easily come. Like we had seen so many external sector coming, foreign multinational companies. I'm just giving an example that a civil aviation have different rules into it. I'm just giving an example. Or you take the case of telecommunication. Okay, FDI, when it is in under automatic route, it become easy for the multinational company to come and acquire a Indian telecom company. They can easily come. So as the term suggests, it is automatic. It's very simple. It's very easy for FDI to comes to India. Restrictions are very, very less. In the second route, that is approval route. This term suggests it's there, the meaning is there. You need some approval to bring FDI to India. In automatic route, you can easily bring FDI to India. Under approval route, you require approval from an authority. So here comes the role of, so that is the function performed by FIPB. What FIPB used to do is, the sectors which is under approval route, so you can see that sectors are classified into automatic route and approval route. So under automatic route, FIPB don't have any role at all. But under approval route, FIPB will decide whether to approve or not, whether to approve this investment or not. So FIPB will give approval. Now here, again while giving approval, FIPB have made things easy for the foreign direct investors, in the sense that it is having only a single window clearance. Now try to understand that what it has done, it is having a single window clearance system. It's very easy and approach them, and it gives approval within a time bound manner. So within a time bound manner it gives approval. And in the last 2 years, FIPB have done a great work in relation to that. They will meet twice a month. And for quick approval of all the FDI proposals. So they have done a better job in the last few years. Okay, so while doing so, but what happened is when FIPB is there, at the same time, if you see the investment to our country in the last 2 years, what the data says is, that out of the total foreign direct investment, if you look into the automatic route and approval route, the total FDI is now coming around more than 90%. Exactly, if I say 92% of the foreign direct investment is coming, more than 92% of the foreign direct investment is now coming through automatic route only. This has happened mainly because of the last 2 years, especially in June 2016. Don't worry, we will discuss when we discuss external sector foreign investment. In June 2016, the government have radically liberalized FDI norms, so that they have put more sectors which were earlier under approval route to automatic route. So because of all these initiatives, now near to only 8% of FDI is coming under approval route. So this is what the finance minister says, that now it is automatic. So what the government want? Government want almost all the sectors to be under automatic route, so that again this concept comes, ease of doing business. See, it is a major concern of the government in relation to everything. See, we keep this in mind. The government have a goal to make India in the top 50 rank of ease of doing business. I told you, in every, see, whenever the government do this, is there in their mind. Okay, so in relation to foreign investment also, or FDI approval also, to make things easier. See, if you ask a foreign investor which route you prefer, he will say automatic route. Yes or no? Why he want to go and approval? Because he require approval. It becomes very easy. He comes and just have to inform the RBI. See, brings in the investment, do everything. Just follow the sector. Every sector will have certain rules. Follow that rules and inform the RBI that, okay, see, boss, I have brought this much of amount. This is my company, and like that. So it becomes very easy for them. So this is there in the government mind, and this year you can expect more liberalized FDI policies taken by the government, along with this winding up FIPB. So keep this in mind. If you ask that why FIPB to be abolished, it's because the government policy have been very crystal clear that it want FDI flow to be much more liberalized than the earlier case, So that's the reason why the finance minister in this budget have said that, okay, within this year we will come up with a roadmap. See, it has not given more details. Details will come in the coming months. You will get lot of articles on FIPB. It says that, FM says that the government will come with a roadmap by saying how it will be winding up FIPB, and the existing job what FIB doing, who will do it. So there are 2 or 3 proposals. But it's not clear. It's only a proposal because the government have not come up with a clear cut. The Commerce Ministry have come with a proposal that, okay, that either the government will bring maximum sectors under automatic route, and those sectors which have which will affect our national security, like defense, those sectors will be under some approval, and that approval, instead of going for a body like FIPB, that either it can be decided by the respective ministries. For example, Defense Ministry will say that, okay, whether to approve or not. Okay, so it becomes very easy. Or if for telecommunication, they will say for the infrastructure, for port information, port ministry will say that approval or not. Like that, individual ministries may give approval, or you know that now, as part of this making India a competitive economy, we have sectoral regulators for every sector. There are sectoral regulators. For insurance, we have an insurance regulator like Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. For pensions, we have a regulator, Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority. So for real estate, we have for railways also now we are coming with the regulator. So every sector is now having a sectoral regulator. The job of a regulator is to regulate, in the sense that to ensure healthy competition between the competitors. There will be a lot of providers, service providers will be there. So between the service providers or between the competing companies, the regulator will regulate that there is a healthy competition. Okay, I am not going to that part. So what I am trying to say, these are all the proposals. Either the government will shift majority of the items to the automatic route, then only few will be left. That few can be either be given approval by the respective ministries or by the sectoral regulator. Okay, so these are the proposals. Now from the prelims point of view, what is important from your FIPB point of view? It's very, very important. There is a more chance that since your prelims is very nearby, that they will ask you question related with the FIPB. Now see, now everything from FIPB is very important, because now you will read lot of articles on FIPB. Now when it was set up, now which is who is the head of this FIPB, now under which ministry it is, like those matters very important. Now try to understand that FIPB was set up after we liberalized our economy, when we opened up our economy after 1991. Exactly, if you ask me, it's that year is not, just have an idea, FIPB was just set up after a year, or in 1993 FIPB was set up. So when it was set up, it was under, when FIPB was set up in 1993, that is when we opened our foreign investment. Say earlier we didn't open foreign investment to our country. After, as part of economic reforms, we opened our economy. Once we opened our economy, okay, this was in order to promote foreign investment, we set up this FIPB. So when we set up in 1993 FIPB, it was under Prime Minister's office. So earlier when it was set up, FIPB was under PMO. Then later on it was shifted to in 1996. In 1996 it was shifted to Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. Now why I am saying, because in the choice all these things will come. Earlier it was with PMO in 1993. It's important for your prelims. Then it was shifted to DIPB as part of reforms in FDI. In 1996 it was shifted to Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. Now regarding Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, try to understand that it plays a major role in relation to FDI. Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion plays a major role in relation. So all the FDI policies and rules are made by Department of Industrial Policy. So you can say that it is the true department which regulates or which take over the function, means which supports foreign direct investment into our country. So now, so to DIPB, Department of Industrial. So whenever you study about FDI, DIPB will come into picture. Now whenever you read a news about FDI, especially when I say that when the government says that when we'll be coming with more liberalization or FDI consolidation related things will come, it will be decided along with DIPB only. Now after, during the NDA government, earlier NDA government, Vajpayee government time, that is in 2003, it was again shifted to the present department. What is? Department of Economic Affairs. Department of Economic Affairs. So Department of Economic Affairs. So presently, if you ask me presently, FIPB is under the Department of Economic Affairs, which is under which ministry? This department is under which ministry? Finance Ministry. This department is very important. So a few times questions have been asked from Department of Economic Affairs, because it is the same department which prepares budget. That question have been asked. Okay. So from 2003 onwards, FIPB is now under the Ministry of Finance. So we try to understand that this department, and it is headed by, FIPB is headed by the Department of, now it is very easy for you, since it is the Secretary Department of Economic Affairs is heading FIPB. Secretary Department of Economic Affairs is the head of Foreign Investment Promotion Board. Okay, and it is basically an interministerial body. There is nothing, FIPB is an interministerial body, means that all other major ministry secretaries are part of it, but headed by So Commerce Ministry secretary will be there. So whoever is Revenue Secretary will be there, whoever it is, and the respective, whenever they go for a meeting, whenever a respective sector is there, they will consult that secretary also. So basically, see, because these terms are coming in the newspaper like anything, like it says that FIPB is a interministerial body, and its function is to take the application from FDI proposal which is under and give them approval, and one of its significance is that it works under a single window clearance. So just what is the advantage of a single, if you want any clearance, what is a single window clearance and now think about you want to get a certificate, or think about you want to get an OBC certificate, which all offices you have to move. You have to first go to the village office, then you have to go to the taluk office, then they will say that this. So how difficult to get a simple OBC certificate or some certificate from the government. When it says that single window clearance, when I say single, it says that go to this office only, you will get your work done. You will get. So regarding single window clearance means you go to one place, your work will be done. So FIB do that. So what it's tried to do with this concept of single window clearance, it says that for a foreign investor who want to bring FDI to our country, it is very easy because you need to approach only FIPB, and within a time bound manner it will give approval. Okay, so again coming back, so Department of Economic Affairs is important. Now the secretary is important. The word is very important. What is it? Is a interministerial body. Now another fact again, so this is regarding, so this fact is very important presently more than these two. Now why I discuss all these things is that they can ask a question like this, simple question: FIPB is presently under the ministry of, or is under the department. They will give you choice A, B, C, D. FIPB is under this department. Then you will get confusion. PMO will be there, DIPB will be there, Department of Economic Affairs will be there. Then you should not have any confusion. It will be a very easy question. Very easy question. Now regarding again FIB, if you want to know more about FIB, another important information is that I already told you regarding its job is to give approval. Its job is to give approval for foreign direct investment. Now this approval is for a limit only. That limit is again very important. It can give approval. It can give approval to a limit of 5,000 crore. If a foreign investor want to bring foreign direct investment to the country, up to 5,000 crore, it can give approval. Now, if the foreign investment is come beyond 5,000 crore, it will be decided by the Cabinet Committee of Economic Affairs. Again, this is very important. Again, UPSC have asked questions. This Cabinet Committee of Economic Affairs plays a very major role. Recently, I think in 2015 also, there was a question on fair and remunerative price is approved by which. So question like that have been asked. So Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs is very important. It's a cabinet. Okay. So if the foreign investment is above 5,000 crore, it will be decided by the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. So this point is also very important. So be very clear. This, even though it is a fact, again this will come in the news like anything. Now in the roadmap, what is the roadmap here? Roadmap to abolish or wind up FIPB. It will clearly says that. So who will rule? So it is not clear. We are not clear who will do the function of Cabinet Committee of Economic Affairs. Will it this Cabinet Committee or someone else? So everything will be clear. Everything will be clear once the Finance Minister will come up with a proper idea how this FIPB will be wind up and who will play its existing role. So be very clear. So these are the information which is very important for you in relation to the year in which it is set up, it is under which department or which ministry, who is heading it, what are its composition, just have an idea. It's an interministerial body, that's sufficient. What function it has done, okay, and one of its biggest achievement is that, if you ask the achievements of FIPB is that it has made everything in a electronic format. For example, a foreign investor can do application, he can make online application, so no need to visit FIPB office. So online application have been introduced by FIPB, that's a great achievement. Then you can file return, e-filing have been given for foreign investors. So if again when you read news, this thing, so FIPB have made lot of achievements in the last few years. But again, I just have an idea from your mains point of view or from your interview analysis, it's very clear. Why? Again, because we don't want approval. We don't want approval. We don't want that mechanism itself. We want everything to be automatic. So what is the basic aim? We want more investment. Because foreign investors like, so we want to make India, we want to say that, okay, in every sense, from the inflow, that is from inflow means first have to, see, from the starting stage itself, the starting, when we say that ease of doing business in India, ease of doing business is not only for the domestic player, but also for the foreign player. We want investment both from the domestic, and that is domestic, which includes government and private sector, Indian private companies, and also foreign investment. So if from there itself, it should be easy for them. Bringing money to India, making investment easy in India, and then quickly starting up and do everything. So in every sense, the government want our country to be very easy to do business in India. So that's, keep in mind. So these very important facts from your prelims point of view, keep in mind. Okay. So this is now few things just keep in mind. Okay, that's even it's will be discussing when I'll discuss FDI in different sectors. But I told you the sectors in which now still approval is required. So there are certain sectors where FDI approval or FDI restriction is there. So those things again, so we the government I'd say that now will again radicalize FDI reforms. So there is a chance that these sectors will get more importance, because this sector only approval is required. So these three sectors are, just have an idea, which we will be studying in detail in relation to FIPB or when we discuss FDI. Try to understand the importance of these sectors. What is the restriction for these sectors? One is defense. In defense sector, so in defense 100% FDI is available. Now try to understand that the government is trying to make most of the sectors where FDI is allowed 100%. So in some sectors the government have allowed FDI 51% or 74%. In most of the cases, it is through automatic route. But in some sectors, for example, in some sectors, if the foreign investors want to bring more investment, that is above 51% or above 74%, so till in some sectors it will be like this, up till 51% it is automatic, but beyond 51 you require approval. So whenever approval comes, FIPB comes into the picture. Okay, now regarding the FDI in defense, recently I told you in June 2016 government have made a radical change. It has allowed 100% FDI in defense sector with a condition. Condition is technology transfer. So if the government, that's very important, this term is very important. If once we allow FDI in defense, for example, any multinational company who want to bring who want to invest in India through FDI, okay, like Lockheed Martin, they will be, there are a lot of different sectors are there where lot of FDI will be coming, but we said that 100% is permissible provided you transfer those technology where we are not aware of. So access to technology is very important. If you give you access to technology, so what is the benefit the Indian government will get? the Indian people will get to know the technology, and in future we can develop it. So condition is there. So with this condition we have made it. So we will see that so approval is there, 100% FDI has been given, but with a condition. This we can understand. Now there are certain things which we can't understand at all. We will see it. What is that? Regarding single brand retail, another sector where we have a restriction. It's very important also. Regarding, so just keep this in mind, regarding retail, which you will come across in the newspaper like anything. Single brand retail and multi-brand retail. Single brand and multi-brand. Try to understand that the word retail. You know what is retail? Retail shop, wholesale. So you know, I hope that you know what the concept retail. Now what is the single brand and multi-brand? Go to any Reebok showroom. There you will only see one brand, only Reebok items. Go to some supermarket like or some mall like places where you will see multi-brands. Like if you go to Lulu mall, you can see in one shop will be showing different brand items will be there. So that is multi-brand. Now for multi-brand retail, it has the government allowed for Indian companies can start multi-brand retail. There is no restriction. We can't restrict our own companies to, but in relation to foreign investors, we have given there are certain restrictions on multi-brand retail. So why it is so? Because here a political factor is behind not giving 100% FDI in relation to multi-brand retail. And before going to that, because that is the only thing where the government is, even the government, so this is actually, this is the area where, which I will be discussing, where the government will come with, when I say the government is going to radically liberalize FDI policies, means that word radical, you need to understand that the government is going to change its own stand in relation to multi-brand retail. Okay, we will discuss why the government is a bit weak in this sector. First we will go to single brand retail. So I hope that your concept is clear in relation to single brand and multi-brand. Single brand and multi-brand. Regarding single brand also, the government have allowed FDI, 100% FDI with a condition that 30% of domestic sourcing for inputs, okay, have to be that. So this word is very important, domestic, 30% of inputs should be domestically sourced, domestic sourcing. So there is a condition is there. So for certain companies, for with single brand retail, this condition looks very difficult. There are single brand companies like IKEA, which they deals with world topmost this furniture company. Okay, so for them they use their own inputs. So the government have come with very stringent rule that okay, 100% FDI is allowable in single brand retail, but you have to follow this rule. A restriction is 30%. The inputs which you source should be from domestic. It means that within the country you have to source from, so the import will come down. You getting the point? You can't import those inputs. What you have to do? Take from within the country itself, domestic source. Don't purchase. So remaining 70 if you want, you can take, but at minimum 30% you have to source from the country. That's the concept. And again to this we have made some changes, so some exemptions. This domestic sourcing can be, this condition can be extended for few years, provided the company, this company, single brand company, is a high technology company, like mobile phones, something like that. Okay, for that if we ask them to that the 30% has to be domestically sourced from India, it's very difficult for them to source. Or so for that, so again see the basic concept here is, it's clearly saying that this term is very important. Cutting edge technology, this word is very important. If the technology is cutting edge and the items which has been manufactured is having cutting edge technology, we will extend this condition for few more years. So that's again recently the government have made changes. Now what I am saying is that we again have to see that whether the government, when the government says that we are going to radicalize FDA reform, we have to wait and watch that whether any changes will be made in these restrictions. Now regarding multi-brand retail, what has happened? The government have not said any restriction. Already only 51% is up. Regarding multi-brand retail, the UPA government, now try to understand why the, actually what happened is UPA government introduced single brand retail and multi-brand retail. Now try to understand that in relation to economic policies, both UPA government and NDA government are following the same policy. Only thing is that in relation to the NDA government, they are much more aggressive, they are more result oriented, okay, because this coalition pressure is not on them, okay. The multi-brand retail when UPA government introduced, because of vote bank, now try to understand, once a foreign multi-brand retail comes, who will get affected? So many kirana shops, smallest stores will get affected, people will start going there. So in order to avoid that, in their election manifesto itself, the government, the party have given a manifesto that we will be against multi-brand retail. So what the UPA government have done, they have retained it. They have not made any changes because then it will affect their credibility as a reformer. So what the UPA government have done, what actually happened till now in the 4th year of this government, it has not given any new approval. It has not given any new approval under multi-brand retail because there is a strong opposition from the trade union and from the retail associations. You know that na vyapari vyavasai like that, okay, because they feel that they will get affected when foreign investment comes to multi-brand retail sector. So in this case, the government have not taken, government is silent in it. Silent in the sense that the government have not, even though there are pressure from different sectors to bring reforms in multi-brand retail sector, till now also it is 51%, it is under approval route, okay. And second thing is that the government have not approved any new application after they came to power. So as part of this radical reforms, we are expecting the government to take a strong stand in relation to liberalizing multi-brand retail also. In respect to other sectors, in respect to most of the other sectors, the government have liberalized it, have brought many of the sectors under automatic route, have increased the cap even from which was earlier 51 or 74 to 100%. If it is a security related thing, then we have only brought them under approval route, but FDA is allowed with sectoral rules. So this is a background regarding foreign investment, which we will be studying in detail when we will discuss under foreign investment, but try to understand that foreign investment promotion board is very important. There is a high chance that you will get a question on foreign investment promotion board, and what you need to do is, we will come up with the material, study material, don't worry, there will be lot of articles. I told you in the last budget discussion, electoral bond is very important. See, article are coming, again it will come. Now see, new criticism is coming about it. So have an idea, those who are preparing for interview, so what stand you need to take, what are the weaknesses in the electoral bonds, what are the positive about electoral bonds. Similarly, here also, I just given an idea. Now what is the advantage is that now if you read an article on FIPB, it will be very easy for you to understand. Okay, there will be lot of articles coming on, and when you read this article, keep this in mind, you will get a question from it, either for prelims or mains. So this is regarding FIPB, just keep this very important point, very simple, key points is very simple. It's an interministerial body, headed by under departments. It is under which department? Department of Economic Affairs, and because of that it is headed by Secretary, Department of Economic Affairs, and the approval is to a limit of 5,000 crore. Beyond that it is Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. So keep these very vital points in mind. Then if a question comes, use the elimination method, you will get the answer. Okay, this is regarding FIPB.